Well, the Nokia Black update is out, and this is what your phone will look like after it's done, but it's not automatically being pushed. I had to go get it, so we're going to cover that in the time frames. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to your phone and then go out to your settings. Now I have an icon here. You know what, for you guys, what I'll just do is I'll just go over here to my applications and hit settings. Come over here and say settings. Scroll down until I get to phone update. Not there. Get down here to phone update. And I'd already started it, so that's why it's all the way here. But it took quite a while. It's going to take about 10 minutes just to do the download, the initial download. So even if you have these checked and everything, automatically do that. It doesn't necessarily, you're not in the schedule or however it determines your phone gets updated. It doesn't necessarily do the update. So you just go out there and grab it. So I skipped here to the end. It took another to preparing to install. This took another at least 10 minutes. It's a really long update. About it, I would say just in total, probably around a half an hour. But it's stuck here, it looks like. But don't despair. It is doing the update, and it'll eventually get out of this display. As a matter of fact, you wait long enough and you sit there and let your phone sit, it'll eventually go into lock mode. And by the way, this screen here will change after the update. It's some new exciting features for your lock screen that you'll be able to see once the new update is applied. So just be patient. Just can go back in and unlock your phone. You can still watch the update occurring while it's going on. So let's double tap for the scroll up, and it's still installing. So we're still waiting for it to finish. So you can go back to your phone, but you wouldn't use it. You want to make sure it's plugged in, of course, and everything. But then all of a sudden, wherever you're at in your phone, just letting it sit there or using it for something, it'll come up and say, "Oh, your update is ready to install." Now you can postpone, or you can go ahead and click on install. You don't have to do it, but it tells you what the update is and everything. So we're going to go ahead and do the install by pressing the install button. Duh. And it'll install all these different things. So it's 5 to 10 minutes. Could take longer. It definitely took longer. So there it goes. Now it says restarting, which that alone takes another 5 minutes. So eventually what you'll see is you'll see the typical goodbye screen as it's finished copying files and replacing all the files. That's how updates work. It replaces all the operating system files and puts them in place so it can actually run with the new system. So now it's saying goodbye, and after it comes up, it's going to churn with the gears and everything and make sure that all the files are now doing what they're supposed to do and all that. And then it has this thing where it updates your data as well, supposedly, which takes a lot of time. So here it is booting into the boot, and you get your Nokia branding come up. And after you get that, you should get your Windows, your gears doing the install. There's your Windows box that you're used to seeing when you boot your phone. And then here comes the gears, and then you'll see a little status bar comes up, and it says the progress. And this goes on a good another 10 to 15 minutes. So here's the progress bar you'll see at the bottom and everything. It goes very slowly as well, just like everything else, as it's setting up those files I talked about and then getting ready to do it. Now I've jumped to the end here so that we can see a little bit quicker what's going on. And there's the Nokia. Now, of course, this has been shortened. There's the boot cube. This has been way shortened. You'll see the booting cube come up, and you'll see the phone go into its next phase of the install. And it does something what's called migrating your data. I'm not sure what it's doing with your data files and how this may or may not be affected by the amount of data you have. I didn't have a lot on my phone, but it's phone numbers and making sure everything's in the right place in the right bucket and everything. Maybe some video files as well. It starts on step 3 of 6, and it takes a long time on step 3, so just be patient again. Now I've jumped here to the end of the step 3, and it's going to say 100% here pretty quick, and it goes through the next steps fairly fast. And all of a sudden you'll find out that you're rebooted, and you are in true almost done. Now we're in, it's hard to see because a little out of focus, but there's just 6 of 6. And so there we are. And so, yep, your update is all done. You say done, and you're not really done. It'll bring up the phone and everything. Everything's great, but in a little bit you'll get it. You'll be and we can look around, but in a little bit it'll ask you to restart your phone. And there's a restart required. Don't have much choice here. You just say restart now, and that's the final restart you'll see. It'll go into the goodbye, and of course then it'll shut down, and you'll see the Nokia words and the logo come up, and come up here in a second. And there it is, right there. There we go. And I've cut this out a little bit to reduce some of the time during the boot. And we'll get over here and then come up with the Windows, or excuse me, the cube first. You'll see that. That's the Verizon cube. And then after that, you'll see the Windows Phone update come up, and there's the Windows Phone. Of course, AT&T people won't see the Verizon. But anyways, the point of it is that be able to go check our settings now. Go over here to settings, and we can go down here, scroll down till we get to the phone information, and you notice at the top it said welcome to black. But anyways, hit phones update. We already did that. We don't need to do that. We need to go down to about the phone, and there it is. And if we can get the full info here, and there's the firmware, and there's the reservation. That's the OS version you want to be looking at. So there you are, Windows Black, Lumia Black update for your phone. You'll see some really nice features, and we're going to have a video on that here this afternoon. And don't forget to subscribe to Old Guy Geek. Have over 150 Windows 8, and Windows Phone 8 videos, and adding more every day.